I'm excited to share with you some incredible information about a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar, unnoticed. We're talking about the 1999 P Mint Mark quarter dollar, and it has a market value today of a whopping $1.5 million. That's right, $1.5 million. You won't believe how something so small and seemingly ordinary can carry such enormous worth. Let's dive into it and explore how this coin became one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world. To start, let's first look at the history of the 1999 quarter. The year 1999 was quite special for the U.S. Mint. It marked the beginning of the state quarter program, which would eventually feature all 50 states on the back of the quarters. But among all the design changes and innovations, there's one specific coin that has captured the attention of numismatists and collectors around the world, the 1999 P Mint Mark quarter. This coin was part of the state quarter series, and in 1999, the first 5 states were released. These were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Now, while the design was notable and exciting for collectors at the time, there's a key detail that sets one particular 1999 quarter apart from all the others: the mint mark. In case you're unfamiliar with the concept, a mint mark is a small letter placed on the coin by the U.S. Mint, indicating where the coin was produced. The 1999 quarters with a P mint mark, which signifies they were made at the Philadelphia Mint, are what we're focusing on today. But there's an issue that causes these coins to be so valuable. You see, the 1999 P Mint Mark quarters were struck with a design error, which has been dubbed the extra leaf, or spitting horse, error. Essentially, some of the coins minted in 1999, particularly those featuring the Delaware State quarter design, contained an extra leaf near the base of the corn stalk in the state's design. This slight mistake, which was made during the minting process, went unnoticed until collectors began to notice that some of the coins looked different from others. The extra leaf is a subtle feature, so subtle that it can be easy to miss if you aren't paying attention. But for coin collectors, this minor error was like finding a needle in a haystack. This small discrepancy turned out to be a treasure. And not just any treasure. We're talking about one of the most valuable errors in U.S. coinage history. So, how exactly did this lead to a $1.50 million price tag? The rarity of this error is key. In fact, it's so rare that only a very small number of 1999 P Mint Mark quarters with this error exist. The minting error was discovered later in the production process, and by then, most of the coins had already been circulated, making them even harder to find in good condition. Those that were found were often in poor shape after years of use in pockets, vending machines, and cash registers. Collectors, both amateur and professional, began to scour the nation, searching for these elusive coins. And when they found them, the demand for them skyrocketed. As time passed, the value of these error coins grew exponentially, especially as more and more collectors realized just how rare they were. It wasn't long before the first sale of a 1999 P Mint Mark quarter featuring the extra leaf error fetched an astronomical price. In fact, one of these coins was sold at auction for over $1.5 million. The person who found it must have been absolutely astounded when they realized they were holding onto such a valuable piece of history. And that's the power of error coins in the world of numismatics. A small mistake can result in a big payout. Now, if you're wondering whether you might have one of these rare coins in your collection, let me give you a few tips on how to identify it. First, take a look at the reverse side of the coin. This is where the Delaware State design is found, and it's on this design where the error appears. If you closely examine the lower left corner of the cornstalk, you should see what looks like an extra leaf or a slight variation in the design. The coin should also be in good condition, as any significant wear and tear could decrease its value considerably. If your 1999 P Mint Mark quarter has this extra leaf and is in decent shape, you could be holding onto a rare and valuable treasure. If you're not sure, it might be a good idea to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated by a numismatics expert to confirm whether it's the real deal. The 1999p Mint Mark quarter is worth significantly more than its face value. Most of these error coins that make it to the market are sold for thousands of dollars, but if you have one that's in excellent condition, or if it's been certified as a particularly rare specimen, you could potentially see it sell for up to $1.5 million or more. But even if your coin isn't quite worth $1 million, don't be discouraged. Many collectors still value the 1999p Mint Mark quarters, even without the error, and they can fetch a good price depending on their condition and rarity. Some of these quarters can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, so it's always worth keeping an eye on your change. This story serves as a reminder of how valuable seemingly ordinary objects can be. A simple coin, something that most of us use every day without much thought, can end up being worth more than we could ever imagine. It just goes to show the importance of paying attention to the small details in life, whether it's collecting coins or just appreciating the little things that might have hidden value. Before we wrap up, let me share a few tips on how you can start collecting coins like the 1999p Mint Mark quarter. First, make sure to educate yourself. Learning about different coin series, minting errors, and the history of coins can give you a huge advantage. Second, always inspect your change carefully. Coins can be found anywhere, and sometimes they end up in circulation without anyone realizing their worth. And finally, if you do find a rare coin, consider getting it appraised by a professional or sending it in for grading. This will give you a better idea of its true value and whether it's worth holding onto or selling. To sum it all up, the 1999p Mint Mark quarter dollar, with its extra leaf error, has become one of the most valuable coins in the world today, with a market value of $1.5 million. It's a perfect example of how a small mistake can lead to something monumental, and it's a reminder that even in the world of coin collecting, the most unexpected things can be worth a fortune. We're going to dive into the fascinating world of the 2000D Mint Mark South Carolina quarter dollar coin, a coin that could be worth as much as $1.6 million. That's right, a quarter worth a fortune, and today, I'll explain exactly why. Start. Let's take a step back and talk a little bit about the U.S. State Quarters program. Launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999, this program was designed to honor each of the 50 states, with each quarter showcasing a unique design representing the individual state. These state-themed quarters were released in order, with 5 states being featured each year until all 50 states had been honored. The South Carolina quarter was released in 2000, marking the 8th state to be featured in the program. The design of the South Carolina quarter features a beautiful depiction of a palmetto tree, which is South Carolina's state tree, along with the words, "The Palmetto State," and "South Carolina." While the design was relatively simple, one small detail made some of these coins extraordinarily valuable. Now, let's focus on the mint mark. The 2000 South Carolina quarter was struck at 2 main U.S. Mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The P Mint mark indicates a coin struck in Philadelphia, while the D Mint mark indicates a coin struck in Denver. The majority of these quarters feature the standard minting process, but here's where things get interesting. Some of the 2000D South Carolina quarters were mistakenly struck with a minting error that made them incredibly rare. This error involved a slight but crucial misalignment during the minting process. As a result, some of these coins were minted with a unique feature that was not supposed to be there. It's these coins, known as the 2000D White AM variety, that have gained such astronomical value in today's market. You might be wondering, what's so special about the 2000D White AM South Carolina quarter? Well, it all comes down to the design. If you look closely at the reverse of the coin, where the words E pluribus unum, and United States of America are engraved, you'll notice that the letters A and M in America are far apart. This separation, known as the wide AM, is a key distinguishing feature. Now, keep in mind that most of the 2000D South Carolina quarters have what's called the close AM variety, where the A and M are very close together. This is the normal version of the coin that was intended to be minted. However, a small batch of coins was struck with a wide AM error, and these are the ones that are so rare and valuable. Now let's talk about why this particular coin is valued at a staggering $1.6 million. First, the 2000D wide AM South Carolina quarters are incredibly rare. In fact, it's believed that only a handful of these error coins exist today. This rarity makes them highly sought after by collectors, who are willing to pay top dollar to add such a unique piece to their collection. The value of these error coins is further driven up by the fact that they are a part of the larger state quarters program, which has generated significant interest among collectors. Over the years, the market for error coins has grown, and collectors are more willing than ever to pay a premium for these rare finds. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable quarters? Well, here's the good news. Identifying the 2000D wide AM quarter is relatively simple once you know what to look for. The key distinguishing feature, as we mentioned earlier, is the spacing between the A and M in America. To check for the wide AM, take a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and closely examine the reverse of the coin. If the letters are far apart, you've got a wide AM coin. If they're touching or nearly touching, it's the regular close AM variety, and unfortunately, it won't fetch the same high value. So, where can you find a 2000D wide AM South Carolina quarter? Well, if you've been collecting state quarters or going through change over the years, there's a good chance you might come across one. However, the rarity of this coin means that it's highly unlikely you'll find it by chance. The most effective way to locate one is by searching through coin shops, auctions, and online marketplaces where collectors trade and sell rare coins. It's also important to note that the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition will naturally be worth more than those that have been worn down or damaged. You might be wondering, why do collectors value error coins so much? Error coins have always been a prized part of numismatic history. These coins are like a snapshot of the manufacturing process, showcasing an anomaly or mistake that occurred during minting. For collectors, owning an error coin is a way of owning a piece of history, and the rarity of these coins makes them even more desirable. In the case of the 2000D wide AM South Carolina quarter, the error is particularly significant because it's so rare. When something like this happens in a mass production environment like coin minting, it doesn't occur often, and when it does, it makes those coins incredibly valuable. The 2000D Mint Mark South Carolina quarter is a coin that could be worth a whopping $1.6 million, thanks to its unique minting error, the wide AM variety. While most of these quarters are worth only face value, those few with the error are prized by collectors, and finding one could mean a substantial payout. If you're a collector, it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for this rare coin, and if you have one, you might want to get it appraised because it could be worth a small fortune. We're diving into a coin that could very well be hiding in your collection, possibly worth a small fortune. That's right. Today, we're talking about the 2001D Mint Mark Kentucky $quarter coin and its jaw-dropping current market value, which is as high as $1.7 million. Now, before you start scrambling through your change, let me explain why this particular coin is so valuable, what makes it stand out, and how you can determine if you're holding onto one of these rare pieces of U.S. history. So, sit back, relax, and let's take a deep dive into the world of coin collecting and the Kentucky $quarter. Let's begin with a bit of background on the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began issuing quarters as part of the 50-state quarters program. This initiative celebrated each state in the Union, one at a time, with a unique design that featured elements representing the state's history, culture, or landmarks. Kentucky, known for its rich history and its famous horse racing culture, received its turn in 2001. The Kentucky Quarter features an image of a thoroughbred horse, a symbol of the state's deep connection to horse racing, as well as a historical portrayal of the state's landmarks. The reverse of the coin depicts a racehorse standing in front of a backdrop with the inscription, "My Old Kentucky Home," a reference to the famous song by Stephen Foster. While this quarter was produced in standard quantities and appeared in circulation like any other, what sets this coin apart is the D mint mark. The D indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. This particular quarter, however, was struck with a rare mistake. Now, here's where things get really interesting. In most cases, the U.S. Mint works hard to ensure that all coins are produced with the highest level of accuracy. But occasionally mistakes slip through the cracks. This is where the error coin comes into play. It's believed that during the production of the 2001 D Kentucky quarter, a small number of these coins were struck with a distinctive error, the famous double die variety. In a nutshell, this means that the coin was struck twice, leading to a visible doubling effect in the design, particularly noticeable in the inscriptions and fine details of the coin. The error is subtle, but it's noticeable enough that it can make these coins highly sought after by collectors. This double die error is not something you'll find in the majority of 2001 D Kentucky quarters. So, the coins with this error are extremely rare. And rarity, as you may already know, is a key factor in determining a coin's value. So, how much can this error coin be worth? Here's where it gets really exciting. While most 2001 D Kentucky quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, the rare double die error coin can command a staggering amount on the market. In fact, if you happen to have one of these coins in your collection in near perfect condition, it could be worth up to $1.7 million. That's right, $1.7 million for a single coin. Now, I know that might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Collectors and investors in the numismatic world are always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces, and the 2001 D Kentucky quarter with this error is one of the most valuable quarters out there. But, like any rare coin, condition plays a huge role in determining its market value. A well-preserved, near-mint example with a double die error will fetch much more than a heavily worn one. Coin collectors, especially those who specialize in error coins, are willing to pay a premium for these rare finds. So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare error coins hiding in your change jar? Let's go over a few ways to spot the double die error on your 2001 D Kentucky quarter. First, take a look at the inscriptions around the edges of the coin. The most noticeable doubling occurs on the word Kentucky and sometimes on home. You'll see a slight ghosting effect where the letters appear to be doubled. Next, check the fine details of the horse and rider on the reverse. The doubling effect might also be visible in these areas. Finally, if you're unsure, the best way to verify if your coin is the real deal is to take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a reputable third-party grading service. These services will evaluate the coin's authenticity and condition, giving you a clear idea of its value. You might be wondering, why is a mistake on a coin worth so much money? Well, the value of error coins comes down to rarity, historical significance, and demand. Coin collectors and investors value these rare errors because they are pieces of history, a glimpse into the production process at the U.S. Mint, and a reminder that sometimes, even mistakes can turn out to be treasures. And the 2001 D Kentucky quarter, with the double die error, is one of those rare pieces that commands a lot of attention in the numismatic world. With only a few of these coins known to exist, collectors are eager to get their hands on one. which drives up the price significantly. As I mentioned earlier, the current market value of a 2001 D Kentucky quarter with the double die error can reach up to $1.7 million. That's if the coin is in near mint condition. However, even if the coin is in lower condition, it can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The market for rare and error coins is always fluctuating, but as of now, this coin is considered one of the most valuable and sought after in the U.S. Mint's entire 50-state quarter series. So, there you have it. If you've got a 2001 D Kentucky quarter, it might be worth more than you think, potentially even up to $1.7 million. Make sure to carefully inspect your coin for any errors, especially the double die variety, and if you think you've found one, don't hesitate to get it appraised. We have an exciting topic for all you coin collectors and history enthusiasts out there. We're going to dive deep into the world of the 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter coin. If you've ever wondered if you have a rare treasure hiding in your pocket change, this video could very well change everything you thought you knew about your coin collection. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a 2015 coin be worth a fortune? After all, it's not that old. But believe it or not, this specific coin is currently valued at a staggering $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter coin could be worth up to $1.8 million. And today, we'll tell you exactly why. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter? Well, the D in the Mint Mark refers to the Denver Mint, one of the two U.S. mint facilities where coins are produced. The 2015 quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, a collection of state quarters that began in 2010, each representing a national park or landmark from different states. The 2015 D Mint Mark quarter features a design honoring the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska. It showcases a striking image of a homestead cabin with a field in the background, symbolizing the Homestead Act of 1862, which gave settlers the opportunity to claim land in the West. A very fitting tribute to American history. But here's the twist. While these coins were released to the public just like any other quarter, some rare mistakes in the minting process have turned certain 2015 D quarters into incredible treasures. There have been a few coins from the 2015 D Mint series that have been struck with an error, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. These mistakes typically happen during the minting process, when a quarter is struck by the die at an incorrect angle or under irregular conditions. These error coins, once discovered, can become highly sought after by numismatists. One of the most famous error types for this series is a double die error, where the design is stamped twice, making it appear blurry or offset. These can occur if the coin is struck more than once without being properly aligned, resulting in extra features like doubled images or letters. It's a rare phenomenon, but when it happens, collectors can go wild for these coins. So, how does this tie into the $1.8 million valuation? Well, one particularly rare 2015 D Mint Mark quarter with an undeniable double die error was recently auctioned for that astronomical amount, $1.8 million. That price is a record, and it's no surprise given how few of these error coins are in circulation. The rarity, along with the historical significance of the Homestead National Monument design, makes this coin a true collector's item. Now, before you start searching through your pocket change, it's important to note that not every 2015 D Mint Mark quarter is worth millions. The coins with errors are extremely rare, and finding one in your change is about as likely as winning the lottery. But don't worry, there are still many other valuable coins from this series and others that can still fetch great prices at auctions or with the right buyers. If you're lucky enough to have a 2015 D quarter with a double die or another rare error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But even if you don't, collecting coins can still be an exciting hobby that connects you to America's rich history. Plus, who knows, your next coin search could turn up something unexpected. So, if you find one of these rare quarters or any coin that seems unusual, make sure to do your research and consult with a professional appraiser. A small investment of time can sometimes lead to a big payoff. And who knows? You could be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. Thanks for tuning in today to learn about the incredible value of the 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter coin. Remember, not all treasure is gold. Sometimes, it's hidden in plain sight, in the form of a rare coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2000p Maryland $quarter. This coin is more than just a piece of currency. It has a remarkable story, and today, we'll be talking about why this coin could be worth a whopping $1 million in the current market. Back in 2000, the U.S. Mint released a series of state quarters, each representing a different state. These coins were part of the 50 State Quarters program, designed to celebrate the history, culture, and heritage of each state. The Maryland quarter was released as the 7th coin in the series, and it features a beautiful design with the state's flag in the background and the iconic image of the state's Maryland State House. Now, you may be wondering, why is the 2000p Maryland quarter worth so much? Typically, state quarters don't have significant value beyond their face value of 25 cents. However, there is one extremely rare variation that has made headlines recently, a particular error coin that has been valued at an incredible $1 million. In case you're not familiar, a double die error happens when the die that stamps the design onto the coin shifts slightly during production, causing the design to be stamped multiple times. This results in a doubling effect on the text and images. In the case of the 2000p Maryland quarter, the doubling error occurred on the lettering, specifically the E in state, which is clearly visible. This mistake, while rare, creates a coin that is highly desirable among collectors. The doubled letters stand out so clearly, making the coin easy to identify. And that's why, if you happen to come across a 2000p Maryland quarter with this error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how did this coin come to be valued at $1 million? Well, it's all about rarity. While millions of Maryland quarters were minted in 2000, only a few have this double die error. And the rarity of these error coins drives the price up in the market, especially when they are in pristine condition, like uncirculated or graded high by coin grading companies. A well-preserved 2000p Maryland quarter with this error has the potential to fetch unbelievable amounts at auction. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, how can I check if I have one of these valuable coins? Well, it's pretty simple to inspect. Start by closely examining the coin. Look for any signs of doubling on the text, especially on the word state. Check for any extra lines or a blurry effect around the letters. If you notice anything unusual, it could be an error coin worth getting graded. If you think you've found one, you'll want to get it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These grading companies will evaluate the coin's condition and certify its authenticity, which can significantly impact its value. Grading is crucial because a coin's condition can make all the difference in its value. A coin that is in near-perfect condition will fetch far more than one with visible wear and tear. If your 2000p Maryland quarter is in excellent condition, it could be worth a lot more than the face value. The 2000p Maryland quarter is worth paying attention to, especially if it has a double die error on the E in state. That small mistake could make it worth up to $1 million if the coin is in excellent condition and properly graded. While not every 2000p Maryland quarter will be worth that much, finding one of these error coins is a true treasure hunt for collectors. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this video has sparked your interest in checking your coin collection to see if you have any hidden treasures. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos on rare coins and valuable finds. If you've come across a 2000p Maryland quarter or any other rare coins, feel free to drop a comment below and let us know.